What's up, everybody? I'm Hoser.
Oh, I'm Quentin.
Reyes.
I'm Fernie.
Ricardo or Richie, whatever you want.
And this is Keggercast.
He's the DD.
It's open.
Nice. So, this is the first Keggercast of 2020, and we have Sweet Orange here today.
Alright.
Alright.
Get it.
So, are you all you guys are you guys based here in Mexico or?
Yeah.
Three of us.
Three of us are. This guy.
This guy's the outcast.
This guy.
The EC man.
EC.
El Central.
So, do you guys consider yourselves a Clexico man or a different pro?
Clexico.
I think Mexico because I mean even we practice here and stuff.
Majority.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
That's we just.
We consider ourselves a valley.
A valley.
It worked. Ice Cube saying straight out Compton. He's from South Central LA. Not.
Oh.
You're the only one not from Compton.
Oh, cool. There you go.
Oh, there you go. You're the Ice Cube.
Exactly.
We're technically the Ice Cubes of the Imperial Valley.
There you go. That's better. I like that.
That's great.
So how'd you guys come up with the name Sweet Orange? Is there significance to it, or was it like?
Okay, well,
Time to repeat the story.
Time to repeat the story. Okay, it wasn't planned. It wasn't really like, guys, what a band name? How about Sweet Orange? And like, whoa, like, no.
That's the one.
Yeah, like, no, that didn't happen. The thing is, it was the three of us before this one came in. It was me, Fernie, and Quentin. And I remember one time when we tried to start everything, we tried to start like making music, and we're like, should we like all do like, we have a band basically. So like, okay, we came to a point where I was like, okay, we need a name, like at least a project name, because this isn't gonna work. Like just the three of us, we need to like classify ourselves as something. So we threw the dumbest names, the most ridiculous names, like we threw them on the table, like how about this, and everything was like no. We couldn't come to anything, all of us.
Yeah.
So this one time, I was driving from the mall. I was on Dogwood Road, and I was driving Dogwood. We were like right. It was like back here. We were coming back from the mall, back to Calexico, and we were seeing signs. Like, you know how you see signs sometimes, and they're like
fruit stands,
Right,
vendors,
yeah.
you know those people vendors selling stuff.
fruit vendors and stuff. So it's like melons or whatever. I saw. I was driving, and I was just looking out the window, and I saw the sign, and the sign said "Sweet Oranges," and I was like. And I looked at it and I immediately like pulled out my phone before I forget, and I was like, and I messaged both of them and I'm like, hey guys, our band name is Sweet Orange. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it. But that's our name for now. At least for now until we come up with something better. But for now, we can classify ourselves as Sweet Orange. And they were just kind of like, well, you didn't really give us a choice, but okay.
They're like,
sure.
why not?
Okay, yeah, they just accepted it.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Like maybe like a week, 2-3 weeks, like a small amount of time went by. And I'm like, so any new names? And they're like, I kind of like it. Yeah, and they're like, and it's like, yeah, me too. Like,
It sort of grew on us.
yeah, it grew on us. I'm like, hey, I don't mind it. So I like it too because why not? And they're like, okay, so should we just keep it? And I'm like, for now, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just went on with it, and it just stuck.
So Theo, you said that there was only three of you at first.
Yes.
So what do you guys play? Like, what is it? Your job in the band? What's your?
Well, I'm the bassist, and I do like backup vocals or harmony when he's doing something.
I'm a straight up drummer.
I'm just rhythm guitarist.
Yeah, and I am the lead vocal and lead guitar.
No mas.
So, yeah.
He's only that.
So when it was just the three of you, didn't have a drummer?
No.
I mean,
that phrase you just said, you don't have no idea how many times we've heard it.
You don't have a drummer. You don't have a drummer.
We don't have a drummer. We don't have a drummer. They don't have a drummer. Like, we've heard it countless times, and we tried, we looked, but
we went through several
we
people.
went
You know,
through
just,
like
just didn't
a
work.
couple of people, and it just didn't work.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
We did. We went through like at least 2 to 3 people,
3 to 4 actually. 3 to 4.
and then I was just like,
I find that drummer is the hardest thing to find
Yeah, it
in the
is.
valley.
Well,
is.
nowadays, I mean,
Yeah.
we used to hear stories of like how back then, like drummers you could find anywhere. It was super hard to find a lead guitarist back then. Like countless stories from like friends of ours and stuff that would tell us that, like when they were younger, they used to tour or whatever. They were like, oh, like dude, like drummers were like the easiest people to find. It's
Out
so
there.
hard. Yeah, well,
Out
like
there,
when
yeah,
they
yeah,
used to go
yeah.
everywhere, you know, like drummers everywhere. Like guitarists, you can't find a single good one, and I guess here it's just the opposite.
yeah, right here,
You know?
it's hard to find drummers.
It's hard to find it's hard to find a good drummer.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you find those people that's like, hey, play this, and then like
I can drum. I was a drumline. Or
I can play drums, man.
I was a
I
band.
can play drums, and I'm like, oh, cool, man. Let's do it. And it's like, wait, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to teach you how to play drums. I'm supposed to teach you
A
the song.
song.
Yeah, so So I was like, okay, we just gotta keep looking. And then this man,
sure enough, this guy.
this guy came along the picture, and dude, what I hate to this day is the video that Rico showed us of like, oh, this is my friend. It was such shitty quality that I was like, I can't hear.
You
Like,
were
I
super
can't hear
skeptical.
who's playing night.
You were super
Oh, there was
skeptical.
a raise, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's
It
this?
is,
Like,
Yeah.
But
it was you
with a
playing
really,
drums, but like I don't know if you send it through like an Android, like or like a flip phone, or I don't know, dude. But the quality is
Yeah, like
it
the
was
first
terrible.
the first video Rico ever showed, because Rico was the one who introduced us in a way, you know, because he showed us a video of you and he sent it to us and we were looking at it, but the quality you couldn't.
You looked like you knew what you were doing. You
Yeah,
looked like
really.
but
Yeah.
the sound sounded so bad.
Yeah, it was really really bad.
We
you
have
know?
we have a mutual friend, Ricardo Rivera. He works with me. He went to school with them, and he knew that they were looking, so he just shot me a message, and I guess he sent them the video with crappy quality.
I was like, they were convinced. They're like, oh, dude, he's perfect. I'm like, I'm not convinced.
Granted,
Look at that
He
quality.
looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
He sells the part. You,
Yeah,
you
he
can't
sold
be
it.
that good at selling shit and not knowing it, you know? Like, you have to be good.
Definitely.
He really has to be playing something.
Yeah.
Not that you know he was air drumming.
Yeah, I know. No, it's good. It's funny because he does like he knows his shit. Obviously now we know he knows his shit, and clearly because when we play songs he knows his shit. But like think about it, he was sending us a cover of him doing Blink 182.
He was doing a Blink song.
He's inspired by Travis Barker. Like he's a fucking animal on the drums. So it's like okay, like we'll believe you, but again. It's a cover of Travis Barker. Blink 182. We're like, for all we know, he's just air drumming that shit.
I always had a pet peeve of like, yeah, they can play songs, but I want to give them one of my songs, and when I see somebody play one of my songs, or like Sweet Orange's song, sorry, then I'll be like, okay, that's the one, because I never had any. He was the first time I heard
Yeah.
a song by Sweet Orange with live drums. He was the first one.
Yeah, because one of the hardest things we ever had to do was when we went through several drummers. The process, the initiation, because you know you have tryouts or whatever the hell you want to call it. The trial literally was just, okay, you want to be a part of our band, you're the drummer, we need one, so we have to like work with each other. All you have to do is record yourself playing to one of our freaking songs.
And I never got that.
You never got that.
Not even with him.
No.
But I'm like, okay, we'll practice with him and we'll see how it goes. We practiced I Confess, like the very first song we practiced with. And I was like fucking up too because it was the first time I ever played as a full band.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
We were all like,
this is weird.
we're not used to this.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't used to the tempo, speeding up or slowing down. We were just like, we were playing like a song. Dude.
Yeah.
You're like, you're faster or you're slower. It's like, we gotta get it.
I remember that night he left and we were like, holy fuck. Dude. We were so mesmerized because it was the very first time he played a Sweet Orange song as a full band. Like that
The
the
first
first time
time-
it happened.
the first time you actually played it in a certain time up for you.
Yeah, like we like on time, like you know, because you know, like when you're live performing, it's different than a studio because you speed up, you slow down depending on how it's going, and we usually have to follow the drummer, you know. So it's like, oh shit, like he would go faster, he would go slow, but in very subtle parts. But we were like, we noticed as a band, so we'd be like, oh shit, this is faster, oh shit, this is calmer, and we're like, oh shit, you know. So it's like it was super crazy. We were like messing up like crazy, and this guy was like, what's going on, guys? Catch up. Catch up, guys. Like this is your song. What's going on? You know, we're like, what?
That's funny. Yeah, I can imagine it was like a new experience.
Yeah, but it was really fucking badass. It was great.
Yeah, it was a great moment.
And
We didn't call you Siri. Siri, go to sleep.
Technology.
as the drummer, maybe you can confirm this for me, but isn't it the most expensive band member to be in a drummer?
The cymbal pack, my goodness. Cymbals alone. Here's what happened. I didn't have a drum set. Like it was after high school. I was I already had the mindset. I already knew how to play drums and everything. I did drumline in high school. I walked into Pure Tone because I had an electronic drum set, and I just wanted to go in and buy a tuner key, right? I walked into the Pure Tone shop, which was by the Imperial Valley Mall.
Yeah.
And I saw there were a bunch of drum sets. I purchased the key, and the guy at the counter was like, "I take it you're a drummer. You want to look around?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I looked at them, and he was like, "You want to purchase one, man? I mean, no one comes in here and buys like
You can afford a tuning key. You can afford a full
yeah,
set."
apparently, yeah." And I was like, "Ooh, I do not have the money for this right now, you know." And he was like, "Man, like no one comes in here and buys these. like I'll make you an offer."
Wow.
And long story short, I managed to cut the price from. It was an $800 kit. I managed to get it for $500, but parents helped me with $100. So I only had to spend half price. So I went home with the drum set. I walked in looking for a drum key. I walked out with the whole drum set.
Damn.
And it was just like riding a bike because I used to have a drum set as well. After I got it, I just went right back on it. It was like riding a bike. I just like picked it right back up. And you know, naturally, I just recorded myself because everyone like records these days. And I was like, I'll put myself up there. As soon as I did that, when I did that, that was the video that Rico showed, you know, these guys, and then like, and that was it. Like I just like how they said they were gonna watch my video and give me a shot. Rico sent me a link to their music, and I listened to them, and I was like, okay, well, when I first purchased the set, I had a couple other bands ask me there were other bands that were like, just how they tried out other drummers, I had other bands ask me like, oh, you're really good. They saw the video, they were like, you're really good, like you want to play with us, and you know, they were generous offers, but it was like music that I wasn't really into. As soon as Ricardo sent me the link to these guys' music, I was like, holy crap, this is like my speed, and no faster, no slower, and
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was like, my goodness, like it sounded exactly like what I was going for. Green Day, Blink-182, like all their inspirations, and eventually we linked up.
That's awesome, and I think the biggest lesson out of that is that if you want a good deal on a drum set, go to Pure Tone and buy a drum kit.
Oh, they closed down.
The guys are pretty cunning. They have a
They're
little
going there with an empty wallet.
Yeah, they have a kiosk in the mall. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the guy. Gives me a good hookup on picks and stuff because he's a really cool guy. He's a
Yeah,
really
he
nice
hooks
guy.
it up with drumsticks now.
If there's one thing I can add to that, I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, dude, but I told you this the very first day that we met in that fucking mall, the four of us, and we sat at the table at the food court. After our shit, yeah, man, alright, guys, so, like, here's my information, let me know when you want to practice or whatever. I told you, wait, so, can we name you the official drummer of Sweet Orange? And you were like, you're like, well, I think it's more like I would like to, but I think I would like to go where I'd like to see where this goes, which I understand, because, like, I would have been like that too. Like, what if you're a shitty band? Like, you're one thing here on recording, but like, what if you're a shitty band? Like, I don't know if I want to stick around. I'm like, okay,
Because I invested too much money in this drum set.
Yeah.
It's a good bit right now.
yeah, so you gotta be worth it. So he was like, yeah, like I think for now it's just kind of like see where things go. But yeah, definitely, I would love to play drums for you guys. I was like, okay, so we walked home without a drummer, basically, like without an official drummer. Then I think like time went by, and then you literally yourself, like without telling anyone or whatever, you just made yourself like, oh, I'm the drummer for yours.
You put it on your bio.
Yeah, you put it on your bio.
And then that's
So
what
we're
I
like,
forgot I didn't exactly like say, okay, you know what, I'll be the drummer. They asked me too. They were like, so are you the drummer? I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah. Like, I mean, yeah. I guess I didn't confirm it like right away with them, but it was just like I didn't want to like meet up with them and then like, yeah, I'm your guys' drummer, and you know, I'm not sure if like we clicked right away or not. Like,
Yeah.
Well, it's not like in high school, right? Wait, so are we boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yeah. And it's like,
You know, it's fair. It's like it's a new thing. You haven't really done it. You haven't really tried it.
Yeah.
It's exactly. I've said this before. It was exactly like a blind date. It's like, I walk in, I meet up with these guys, and I'm gonna be in a commitment with them, like for like, you know, for as long as
But
we
you
can.
made yourself at home really fast. Like,
Yeah,
you
he
showed
did.
up, and I think we made it clear.
It was
It's like,
quick.
hey man, like, whatever you want. Like,
It was quick.
yeah. So I think we
definitely,
got on like really
He
well.
didn't even hesitate. It was
No,
just
he
so
just-
it was so natural.
Yeah, he
Like it was
just-
so natural. Like he
Before
came
we
over to
knew
practice.
Before we knew it, like our second, third practice, we were already like working on like a song.
Song like we were
dude,
like we had originally like 3 songs done, which is like Paradise and like All the Days, and, like
White
White
Walls,
Walls,
Paradise, I Confess.
and I Confess. That was it. That was literally
Those
it.
were our only originals. And
Yeah.
then he came on,
And
and
we
all the
had-
other songs that we already had built, he's like, oh, we should do this. And then like out of those, we came up with like 3 of them, 4 of them.
3, 4 new songs, and then like even
Yeah,
the old
Johnny.
ones, some were like
The old ones, like
they changed. They
Yeah,
were like
they
completely
changed.
different. They're like holy
Almost
crap.
There, SRC, the one that you made, like that we all made a song, the No Experience.
The No Experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
So it's like we knew it was like, yeah, like there's no problem here because he was already like we
He
were
was
already
on,
making
like,
songs with
He's
him.
going with it.
So
He's
it's
on
like
grind.
it's working, and we were getting gig after gig. So it's like, okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna be like, all right,
We announced
thank
it.
you for
We
being
announced
here.
it.
But like, no,
Imagine.
he's like, what? Like,
It's like, hey, thanks for all your help. Now you can leave, you know. But like, yeah, like
we got him, we had a gig the same
Oh,
month.
nice.
Oh,
yeah.
3 weeks
We got
later
it.
we had Strike Zone.
Yeah.
Our very first gig.
Oh,
Was it
yeah.
really 3
And that
weeks?
was thanks to
Yeah.
Mark,
It was the
you know,
same
thanks
I
to Mark
remember.
and, you know, them hitting us up too and stuff.
Oh yeah, like our friend hit us up because they knew we had a drummer, so it's like, cool, now you have a
Now
drummer.
you're
Like,
wanna
now you're
play
gonna
that?
do it.
So if we say no, we literally have no excuse. But
We
like,
had so much pressure into like doing it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like literally,
We're
it
like,
was
oh my God,
literally
it's happening.
1 week. It's like the beginning of April or like freaking March at the end of it, and it's just like, all right, like you guys want to show? We're like, do we take it?
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
do we take it? Like, why should we? Like, we're like, fuck it, let's take it. It's like, all right.
he was barely learning. Like I
I
could
could
rest
rest.
all the days. He was barely learning
Yeah.
it.
And like
holy
in a
shit.
span of 3 weeks, he already knocked down 4 of the songs that we had. So we're like, shit, okay, we need more content.
That's
We
the
need more
thing.
songs.
No, if you think about it, we worked on new songs
We
before
we had.
the first show because we played No Experience in Strike Zone. That wasn't even.
Oh,
a
we had the
song.
cumbia. We had the
Before
cumbia.
him.
We did the cover. We did She.
Dude, like so.
We were on a
We
roll.
made like one song officially, like right when we met him,
Yeah.
because we played Strike Zone No Experience. That song didn't exist before.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true. Those two.
holy crap,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So how long have you guys been together?
A year.
I joined in
Going for
April.
one.
So we're
April,
going for a year
it's almost
together.
been a year.
Yeah.
April of 2019 or 2018?
In 19.
19.
Oh,
19.
wow.
19.
We're-
All
we're-
of us,
Less
we-
than a year. So.
Yeah, all 3 of us, we've had like this project like going, like, and those songs that we had before him, we had those songs like, so we've been together for like what, since 16? I graduated in 16, so I remember I wasn't going to school when I was doing this. I know that for a fact. So it must have been 16, beginning 17.
You guys ever do gigs, just the 3 of you?
No. No.
Never.
we
Like,
couldn't.
not a
We-
party? Nothing?
It was
No.
If we were asked, and him mostly, not so much him, but he would kind of like go with him and be like, yeah, dude, like we got asked to play. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I sing. You want me to play drums and sing? Like I can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
so no, we were like, no, we can't.
And we
now.
thought about like acoustic shows and stuff.
Right.
I mean, even
But
then,
even then, like I think acoustic shows are more when like you have songs that are known
Mhm.
because, like, let's say you play a song that everybody knows, but you play it acoustically, people are gonna know it. If you play it acoustically, they're gonna be like, oh,
They're gonna think
That's
you are an
good.
acoustic band.
yeah.
Yeah, and we're not. You know, our music is meant to be like, literally, if you listen to our songs on Spotify or anywhere, you need to listen to our songs at a full volume. Like you got a blast of those songs. Our songs are meant to be loud. You know, you won't get that full like pump experience if they're not loud. They have to be loud.
What are your links and stuff that people can search you for your music?
Okay, well,
Social
can I
media, everything.
can I say something?
Yeah.
I do. If anybody wants to take the
Risk,
that
if anything.
road or that risk to go on SoundCloud and look us up on SoundCloud,
Yikes.
we have at least 4 originals and like 2 covers,
2 covers.
like How High You're Dead and She,
and She.
both from Green Day. And the other 4 originals, there's All the Days that was recorded by Luis, the guy from Three Kings that was here.
Red Line.
He's up to date. He's still a producer. And then Paradise Addicted, White Walls, I Confess and I Like It. Never mind, that's 5 originals.
Yeah.
That's 5. I took the liberty to record those songs and upload them. So I do say that you could check us out on SoundCloud. We're definitely on SoundCloud, but expect really shitty quality because
I mean, don't down the songs too much.
right,
like,
right,
like the
they're
quality
good.
of the
It's
recording
good,
you say.
but
Yeah,
the
like-
quality's not like where you think it would be
Yeah.
in the sense
Yeah.
that it's like, oh, it sounds like amazing. Like the one, like the only single that we have out on every platform that Luis professionally recorded us,
Spotify.
which is almost there. That's Spotify, Pandora,
Apple Music,
iTunes.
everywhere.
Do you guys have anything on YouTube or any?
Not YouTube,
I don't
but
know.
Spotify.
We have it on
Spotify, Apple
YouTube,
Music.
on Spotify. Sorry, not YouTube. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Pandora,
It's pretty much any
any platform.
platform you can look up music. That's pretty much where we're in. Just look up Sweet Orange, and if anything, look almost there. That's the name of the song.
Got the
And on
one
your
single.
social media, like to follow your gigs.
You
and
can follow us
Instagram.
on Instagram on Sweet
Sweet
Orange
Orange
Band.
Sweet Orange Band, Twitter, Sweet Orange Band,
Facebook official.
official Sweet Orange on Facebook. That's all we have.
And speaking of following you for events, you guys have a big show coming up that
Yes.
I know you guys must be excited about.
That's
I was
right,
like,
yeah.
wow, that's awesome. Yo, go ahead and tell them.
Well, we're gonna for
Second
anybody that
time.
knows, for anybody that's watching this, and,
Second time.
for the second time, we're gonna be playing at Whisky a Go Go,
Nice.
and we're gonna be opening for Drake Bell.
If you don't know who he is, he's from Drake and Josh.
Yes.
He's Drake from Drake and
Drake
Josh.
sucks because it's like it's the guy that sings this song. It's the guy that sings this song.
He
No,
sings the theme song.
You've seen the theme song. If you don't know Drake Bell, if you never saw Drake and Josh, then I apologize for your childhood.
Yeah.
But,
Such a great show.
Great show.
But
Watch
yeah,
it.
it was amazing, and we're gonna open up for him for the second time. We played first in
November 20th. which was almost
Oh, wow.
20th
Played
November.
already there in Whiskey.
That
Yeah.
was
And 2 days later, we got a call, or not a call, but we got a message from the Whiskey themselves asking, well, not asking, but like they told us, thank you for playing. I told them,
We
you
were
know,
out of courtesy, you know,
Yeah.
you don't want to let go of an opportunity like that. So you're like, hey, you know what? Thank you so much for letting us play at Whiskey.
it's a great
And
opportunity.
we hope to.
Amazing.
And he said, hey, thank you for playing at Whiskey. And we're like, oh, definitely. We hope to meet up with you soon in the future. Like maybe we'll see each other again.
Someday.
And right off the bat, he was like, oh, actually, there's a spot on January 29th.
Yeah,
for Drake
January
Bell.
29th. Drake Bell opening up. You
Yeah,
guys
and
down?
we were like, what on?
Yeah.
When he, I always tell him like when he messaged me like, so Whiskey just asked us if we wanted to play for Drake Bell. I just left work. I was like driving on the freeway, and I'm like, and I read on my phone. I'm like, hold on, I gotta pull over. So I pulled over, and I'm like, are you fucking with me?
yeah,
Or are you
like,
serious?
I was-
Yeah.
I just pulled over.
That
for
was
this
so
shit.
funny because I mean I'm on the other side. I'm over here like on the
Yeah.
other side of that screen. So I was like, bro, are you
Yeah.
kidding? Like I literally just pulled over for this. Like for real, you're not shitting with me, right?
I was in bed. I was just like, when I saw it, because I had access to the account as well, I just shot up. I was like, what on earth? It's just so surreal because like we grew up like,
You said you were at your
He's in
room.
bed.
Yeah, I was like, in my room too.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Minding your
wow.
business, and you was just oh shit.
Like,
So,
It's
so
just-
you guys Google how many Drake Bells exist.
yeah, I'm like, is this the right Drake
It's,
Bell?
it's okay. It's okay. Just recently on my personal, I looked up Drake Bell and on his Facebook. He posted the link himself. It's him.
Nice.
It's him. He's
It's
verified.
It was
It's him.
so surreal because it's like, you know, we grew up like watching, you know, and
That's yeah.
I remember I told somebody, I was like, oh, like we're gonna open up for Drake, and they were like, Drake, like the rapper? I'm sorry, I meant Drake Bell. They're like, who? October was the busiest month we've
We were
had as a
booked
band. Every single weekend, if not in between as well.
He was working. We were working, so it's like you gotta fit school, work, and then practice. So it's like
And personal
like,
time.
like all these shows, like every single show is always like great because you enjoy being up on
Yeah.
wherever you are. You enjoy playing it.
It's fun.
But like the thing was like, okay, you finish the show and you feel good, yeah, you celebrate, and then the next day you're like, fuck, okay, we got another show.
Yeah, we got another show this
So
weekend.
we're right
It's like-
back on it every week.
It's
All
like
week.
we couldn't have a day to just literally do this, you know, have a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
beers,
yeah.
you know, without being like, all right, guys, like
You're
let's
on the
chill,
clock,
let's
yeah.
get some chips, get some food. All right, well, let's go back to practice. You know what I mean? Like right then and there, we ate, back to
It was
practice.
exhausting, but like when every time, like it feels like when you play at a show, let's say a Saturday, and then Sunday comes, and let's say Sunday you don't do anything. Monday you're practicing again. Tuesday you're practicing. Wednesday, Thursday. Once you reach Friday, you're like, fuck, it's already tomorrow.
Yeah,
and then
so
Saturday it's
Saturday.
like, hey, it's 12 at noon. Let's practice one more time before the show.
Yeah, because that's our thing.
You're like
we
this.
practice
You get tense, and then the show happens, and you're like, oh, okay.
like,
And then okay, let's do it again. And
It's
then,
like a build-up. It's like a build-up.
It
You
was
go up
like
a
that.
hill, you go down, you
Yeah,
fall,
yeah.
and you know, back again. Same thing.
It was like that all the way to Whiskey.
over and over and over.
Yeah, all the way to the whiskey, and then once that one hit,
yeah,
I
it
think-
was like done.
Yeah, it's like that's it. Please.
Well,
no more.
whiskey was like, it's so crazy because whiskey was the cap. Like it was just,
Yeah.
It was
like
the
that was
peak-
all right.
the peaking point. Yeah.
We got the peaking, and now we're
You
chill.
know, in April, I mean, you know, we came together, and then like by November, you know, we played the whiskey, and it just happened so fast.
Yeah, it did.
It
did.
really happened really, really fast. Like we closed out 20.
I still remember the day that
Yeah.
we got messaged.
Yeah, me too. We closed off 2019 with the whiskey, and now we're opening 2020 with the whiskey.
With the whiskey.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's really,
yeah.
really cool. And then for like Drake Bell, you know what I mean?
And it's
And-
like, oh, don't break an arm, like
You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it's not anything. I mean,
It's still really
we
cool,
still have
like-
to promote it. We're just super like excited, and we're
Yeah,
super
like,
grateful. Like, I mean,
That first whiskey show like brought us this opportunity.
Yeah,
Who knows where
exactly.
this one
Yeah,
will take us?
exactly. You know, so we're just really grateful for the
it brought us
opportunity.
the opportunities for that, and now we're playing February 1st at Potato, and then we're playing the Keggercast.
We're playing
They're
the-
playing, they're going to play at Lupapalooza Chuck Fest, March 21st.
Chuck Fest.
So you guys are going to be performing at the Lupapalooza Chuck Fest,
Yes.
March 21st, and we appreciate that. You know, we're hoping that this is like a really successful event. It's going to be at tentatively, right, at Collectio Brewing Company, March 21st.
Yeah, we always when it comes to like this type of event, which is like in, well, it's like in non-profit.
It's
like,
a
It's not profit
I
organization.
think we're really about that because we like to be involved when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Friends of Kegger actually, what they do is that they help families with funeral costs. You know, so the way we help families with funeral costs. We've helped families that have children at the Children's Hospital in San Diego. They've helped them with transportation. In fact, one of our members actually drove a mom to San Diego Children's Hospital to see her kid. And then we also give one scholarship to an IVC music major.
Hey, hey. He's a music major. But shout out to friends of Kegger for doing that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
shout
You know,
out to friends
That's-
Kegger, man.
That's really
Awesome.
good. Cheers.
My water.
Why is it that the whiskey, the Go-Go reached out to you guys?
I think I told him, I'm like, I forgot to ask him, like, hey, how did you find us? Like I know their job is to scout bands. Like their job is to look for bands that are like, hey, you want to play a whiskey? Go for it. Like
Yeah.
this is the procedure, whatever. The way he found us might have been
Hashtags.
yeah, maybe hashtags, because right now on social media it's really easy to find like
Yeah,
a lot
one of the things that I never really told you, if you looked into the conversation, you would have known. One of the things he said, well, it made it seem like he was already looking at us for a while, because he was talking to the band as if like he already like knew our how far
What
we
we
were
do and what we
what we
play.
do. You know what I mean? Because he asked us, he's like, well, I don't know if you guys want to come to the Whiskey and like before we knew anything, like come and sign the contract or come and pick up the tickets if you guys want, because I know you guys are pretty far from here. So I was like, okay, so that sort of implies that he knows that we're really far from the Whiskey, so he's probably been looking at our stuff. Not only does it say our location,
Right.
but that means he's interested. He pressed on it and checked like our address.
That's how, bottom line, like I think that's how it went. Like he
Mhm.
was probably looking at bands, and we happened to be one of those bands that he looked at,
Yeah.
and he like saw a couple of things, and he was like, hey, you guys, if you want to play a whiskey, let me know. I
Yeah.
think that's how, because I don't think it was just he looked up the name
Yeah,
and found
like,
us.
there's no way.
Like,
There's
like,
like be
stole
hashtag.
our
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the Whiskey's also known for starting careers of like
Right.
big bands, like
Yeah, the
Doors,
Doors,
and all,
yeah.
the Doors,
Whiskey's
Doors,
Yeah.
Motley Crue,
Motley
yeah.
Crue, the Ramones, all these
Ramones.
cool like bands. You know what I mean? So
System
it's
of a
like,
Down played there.
yeah, literally legends. Like literally,
exactly.
when we got hit up, it was 2 days after Weezer, Green Day, and Fall Out Boy have played
Yeah,
there. You
a
know, 2 days
few
after.
months ago.
Yeah,
Hell
so,
of a tour.
exactly for the
Another thing
Hellmaker.
and this next event, I mean, you're opening up for someone that's a name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
You don't know how many doors it might open up.
Yeah, exactly.
definitely,
We're
definitely.
super grateful.
And that's
for the
why I
opportunity.
say like that. The first whiskey show opened up the door to this
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Who
who
knows
knows?
what's gonna happen this time?
I think with that is like if we were a band that kind of sucked or blowed, they wouldn't have
No,
told
no,
us.
they would not have asked us.
Because
to
I
pay.
told them, like,
No,
thank you
no.
for the opportunity. We'd love to play for you sometime, like in the future.
We hope we
yeah,
get
we
to.
hope we get
Obviously,
to.
you guys impressed the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly. Like, I mean, this is never about bragging or being better or anything. It's all for fun, and that's what we love to do.
Right.
Like, we were like one of the only bands there who had like a really big mosh pit with a whole bunch of people.
Nice. Yeah.
We were like the only band who got an encore, and we weren't even gonna play anything. Like, the Whiskey was like, go ahead and play a fucking show. Like, these people are like, they're into you guys and they want you guys. So I don't think if it wasn't for that either, they probably wouldn't have called us. We kicked ass.
Yeah.
And it was really fun again. You know?
And like, we mean that in a very humble way. Like,
Yeah,
humble,
humble.
like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're not the type to be like, yeah, like we fucking.
Yeah, we're like
Oh,
the best. you know?
Being invited a second time confirms how
It's-
good you guys did.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
an
really
honor.
is,
It was
it
an
really
honor
is.
to even be invited the
Even
first
if
time.
the first
Yeah.
time we played there was our only time, I would have.
Yeah, it was an honor.
It was
Yeah.
still-
yeah,
It was an
still
honor,
amazing, yeah.
and just to step on that stage where
Yeah.
so many
It was
legends
a- it was
before
a
us
great
were able to
milestone.
step
It was a
there.
great
Yeah, and sure enough, we never know
one
where the
day.
future goes.
Yeah, we never know what,
Yeah.
like he said, like we never know what doors this show might open.
Yeah.
Kind of like the first one did.
Well, even though maybe Drake Bell will say, "Hey, I want you guys to tour with me."
Yeah,
like,
that right there is what
Well,
I've been
fuck.
thinking. Like, hey, you guys sound pretty good. You
Yeah.
guys want to come along? It's
Yeah.
like,
condition.
Yeah.
If you work or just go to school, you have to drop it. Then I'd be like,
Done.
fuck.
Now I'm
Okay, work.
Fuck yeah. Dude, we're touring.
we're on by cinema. Peace. I work at a local movie theater.
So after Whiskey Go, you'll be auditioning and you're singer and guitarist.
Yeah. Oh
Well, that's if he doesn't fucking follow the band.
Richie, you cannot do this to us.
shoot. You guys can come tour with me. You just gotta kick out your singer.
Oh.
And I'm like, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? You're like, Richie,
We're like, hey!
I talk to you. What the
We gotta have a talk. You wanna go outside the Whiskey? It's like Drake Bell's like, you got 2 minutes. We're like, oh shit, Richie, go.
Richie, right?
He's like, hey, I like you guys. Like, you guys can come along. There's only one thing I don't like your singing. I'll be like,
I'll be your singer.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'll replace my band with
No,
you.
we would never do that. We would
I
never.
want to believe that. Cause I'm like laughing. And I'm
We
like,
would never do that.
Never.
he looks at the camera. We would never.
We would never,
Never.
ever. No, but yeah. Yeah, it's just an honor to be playing at the Whiskey and helping for people.
Yeah.
It's great. It's awesome. I mean, it was so much bigger like videos, and when we got there, we're like,
Right,
wow,
right,
this
right.
is it?
Yeah.
Right.
But then you step on that
Well,
stage.
That stage is like holy shit. Like,
You step on that stage, and like the whole room just
Right.
becomes
Right.
bigger.
Honestly,
It's like-
honestly, it didn't feel as small as it was when we walked in.
Yeah, we walked in, we're like, this is the Whiskey? Like, this is where everything happened? This is
It was
crazy.
the same thing. Like it was really small. It was like
Yeah.
you know what to expect.
Yeah, and then you get up on that
Yeah.
stage, dude, and everything just becomes so
It changed,
fucking
huh? Like, everything just
huge.
got bigger.
Everything got bigger, like the crowd was like
It
crazy.
was just so surreal.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it was
it
crazy.
really
And the
was.
sound, everything
sound was
mic'd
really
up. Oh my god, it was beautiful. Like
I
it was
think,
great.
I think the crazy thing about it was the fact that like you're up on stage and you can't help but think like, dude, like, you know how many people have been on stage? And I told him this when we went to backstage to the green rooms. I'm like, you know
Yeah,
how many
little pep
people
talk.
got
Yeah.
fucked up in here? Like,
I used the restroom. Like so many legends have pissed in this
I,
toilet.
I took a no,
I took a piss in this legendary
I did number
toilet.
2 in that restroom like 3
There's
times
only-
because of the
There's
nerves.
only one bathroom
there's only
upstairs.
one.
There's only one bathroom in the backstage of the Whiskey A Go Go, and I tore that shit up 3 times.
And the backstage.
I'm a
is upstairs.
legend.
You took a legendary shit in that toilet.
My budget takes the same seat that
I know, it's
Jimi
like-
Hendrix
Yeah,
had.
You're like, you're like, oh my god. Oh
You are now a king.
I tell you, that's a better throne.
I agree.
It was good. Toilet humor, potty talk.
Yes.
humor.
And
This is great.
we just all thanks to Jake, you know, the guy who does the booking up there.
Yeah, really. And
I
like,
think thanks to anybody and everyone. That
Everyone
really
that-
got this ball rolling. Like,
Yeah.
it was just us playing
Yeah.
music and people just kind of pushed us. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, even if
Pushes it.
we haven't made it like as far as others, like
Right.
everyone that has brought us up to this point is great. We have a great fan base. We have a great fan base. We have a lot of
We love
dedicated,
everybody,
like
man.
you know,
Yeah.
we have dedicated people.
We have a lot of
Great.
a lot of people from here that went up there, and it's
Yeah, like,
damn.
and that
Yeah.
was like the
Yeah,
craziest
that
feeling.
was my biggest surprise. That a lot of people that came from the valley ended up going to the show,
And we
and
sold a lot of
even
tickets.
more are gonna come to this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we sold
yeah.
so many tickets right now. We're literally low.
Yeah.
We're literally
Running
low
low
on
right now.
tickets. We're so close to running out, and it's like so surreal that people are actually gonna show up there and be like supporting us, and then people from here going all the way to LA just to watch a little band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's really crazy.
Well, let's go watch some Great Bell then.
It's like, you know what?
Who am I saying?
Who says they're coming for us? You know, for all we know, we're like,
honestly, they're like, oh Drake, oh well,
it's
well,
like,
okay.
it's like, dude, we're gonna watch Drake Bell. You're
No,
just
hey,
a plus.
you wanna go see our show? Oh, no, I might be busy. We're opening up for Great Bell. Oh, yeah, sure.
We'll be there.
20 bucks? Oh yeah, get that shit.
Yeah, dude, it's like, dude, you get to watch Drake Bell and us for $20. It's like, I'm going for Drake Bell, but thanks for the ticket. It's like,
We're gonna be there too. Yeah. Thank you.
I need to pause for my sponsors. First of all, thank you TNT and your management from Westlake, California. Norm, thank you for our sponsorship. And then we have Quality Events from Yuma, Arizona, and American Satellites from Yuma, Arizona. Also, thank you guys for supporting us. Wishing you all a happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year.
Family
New
of
Year.
sweet oranges. The family of sweet oranges. The family of sweet oranges. Which is
Singular.
Singular.
I'm gonna need that drink now.
Oh. Hey, you're not doing this to me right now.
It's okay. I always gotta look out for him.
Yeah, you said you came up with the name because you saw a sign on the road. I'm glad you didn't see that Free Rabbit sign and said, hey,
Oh,
free
no.
rabbits.
No, I think it was
Sweet rabbit.
sweet rabbit. No, I think
Free rabbit.
I think it was destined to be. I think it was destined because there's now that I think now, if I really think about it, I'm like, there's no way I saw a sign and said that's our band name. If I would have seen any other word combination, I would have probably been like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
just
who
take
knows?
the
We
sign.
could have had a different fucking
We could have
name.
been like
Not even a name.
tamarindos. or something.
Yeah, tamarindos de
Lechugas por $5. or
Yeah,
something.
lechugas.
Who knows?
We are
There was a
lechugas
lot of
por $5.
signs.
Romanian lettuce.
There's a lot of signs like right. Not even here on Dogwood. Like when I go like down on 111 towards like Bruchery, like like that's what the street's called. Right before you go under the bridge of Highway 8.
Oh.
Is it 8?
Oh, yeah.
On 8. Yeah, like the top one right before. Even then, I see signs and I see like the cars and the trucks and
The
the
trucks.
and the vendors and
Sweet
everything.
mangoes. and
Yeah,
stuff.
like there's a lot of things. there's a lot of like mangoes and and I'm like, dude, we could have been any of those things at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you because I've seen that something that says free rabbits.
Oh, yeah.
Or rabbits $10 or whatever, and then there's another one that says free honey.
Yeah, like, guys, free honey. That's it.
We are free honey.
We're free honey.
The way I see it, like it's just
That's more like a porno.
You'd be surprised the porn names we've heard of man.
The way I see it, it's just sweet orange, something local, something here, like from Calexico, from the valley, and like it really represents where we come from.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think that's why we really like the name Sweet Orange as well, because, like, you see a whole bunch of those people, like, selling fruits and all these cool things. They're trying to make a living, just like anybody else here, And since we're from the valley and agriculture is, like, the #1 thing here, selling sweet oranges and, like, growing all these kinds of things, it's like, I think it really stands out. I remember one time when we played on Oktoberfest, the guy that was doing the sound, he's like, so I saw you guys' name, like, Sweet Orange, right? We're like, yeah. And it was like, you guys, like a reggae band?
Oh, he thought we were
We were
reggae.
like, why? He's like, because I saw your guys' name, and then I thought of Sweet Orange when I heard it the first time. I was like, oh, you guys are some, like, Revolution cover band or something. We're like, who the fuck?
No, yeah, he said that. I'm like, wait, how do you hear Sweet Orange and think of reggae? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
would have
think
thought
reggae, think Revolution or something.
I would
We're
have
like,
thought of some like,
Reggae is like red, green, yellow,
Orange, where the? I mean, I guess.
I mean, somewhere in there.
You want to combine the
I
red
mean,
and
this
the
right
yellow?
here, like reggae, like
Reggae,
Yeah.
like,
reggae.
you know what I mean? Something, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, he did that. I remember that. He's
He
like,
did
I thought
that.
you guys were some fucking cover band.
Yeah, some
for
reggae, revolution
Yeah,
stuff. We're like,
you were
we
about to
don't.
play some Bob Marley, like Welcome to Gem Rock type of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
we're like, we
what
don't.
the fuck, like,
we
no,
don't know this. We don't know.
We're
what
nowhere
that is.
close to that. Like, trust me.
Like, no, just no. Thanks, though. Like, I remember at first it was super weird going up that stage name. Like, we're up on the mic, we're like,
We're
hey,
Sweet Orange.
We're Sweet Orange.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're just like,
They're like, all right.
awkward, like, class, like, we're Sweet Orange. And like, now it's like, everybody, we're Sweet fucking Orange or whatever. And they're like,
he says sweet fucking orange all the time.
yeah.
He's like, we're sweet fucking orange. And I'm like,
They'll look up sweet fucking orange. I
I don't see it, man.
I'll be honest. I thought I was thinking, well, how they come up with Sweet Orange? Like, did they use a band generator name?
Actually,
I'm guilty by
truth be
association.
told,
I'm guilty by
Was
association.
that actually?
I have used generators.
yes,
That's how desperate I
and
was.
we know the exact page and everything.
But I'm gonna admit it. You know what? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna admit it. The song that's about to release on January 20th, Spoiler on Children, was from a simulator. But it was a song named Simulator because I'm like, I have this riff, but I don't know what the fuck to call it. So I went on this generator.
I didn't know that.
No, I don't think anybody did.
No,
I did.
Did you know that?
I did. I knew where you got it from. I didn't know the name. I couldn't remember the name.
No, the name was Spoiled Rotten Children, but I was too lazy to fucking type spoilers,
That's
so I
why.
put SRC.
That's why. I knew it was called SRC, and I knew where you got it from. I just
That's
didn't
a
know
very
what
good
the
name. That's a
SRC
good
meant.
name.
Spoiled Rotten Children?
Yeah.
That'd be a good name for a man.
That's true. That's true. Hey.
Fuck it.
We're SRC.
SRC. We fuck up at Sweet Orange, we got SRC. Fuck it. Like, hey,
You know that moment before you're about to make it big, and whoever like signs you up decides, all right, now's the chance to change your band name.
You guys got it.
Whatever
You
you
got the
want.
talent. You got the presence.
Now you guys know what.
It's got to go.
When Ricky doesn't want to quit his job to follow Big Bell, now you'll be rotten
Oh,
trouble.
there you go. If there's one thing you have to know about this band is that when we make music, like there is a purpose and a meaning behind every single song and lyric. We're not gonna bullshit anything.
Before I even know it.
Yeah, there's always something.
Some songs. Now, obviously, there's a lot of songs that we have that aren't really released, but there's a lot of songs that we have that there's meaning to it. But when it comes to songwriting, I think it's really funny how you can write out the lyrics, like you write them, and you don't even know where the fuck you're going. And then you finish them, you're like, oh, here it is, guys, let's practice it. And you practice it, and then you go home, and then you read them, and you're like, huh, like, I see where I could have gone here, like, I understand that. And then you're reading it as if you didn't write it. You're like, oh, you're trying to make a story that's not even there?
Yeah, and you're like, wait, I fucking wrote this shit.
Yeah, like, wait, what the fuck? I wrote this.
You're
Like,
like, what the?
what the fuck was wrong with me? Like,
Yeah.
speaking of the releases, we only have like one song. We get to have an EP this year. Definitely, that's like our goal. We want to put out an EP of like 5 or 6 songs, just to kind of showcase of what like we have to. Cause yeah, we have our SoundCloud, but our SoundCloud was more of like a hey guys, this is us. So listen to us. This is what we are. But this EP is more of like it's more of us to showcase to everyone like what we are and what we play. So right now we have our only one single, which is called Almost There. It's literally on Spotify,
Every
iTunes,
platform.
Apple Music.
That's the one recorded by Redline.
Yeah,
Right,
Redline
yes.
Studios.
Luis himself,
Redline-
Redline Studios.
It's our
yes.
first song recorded with Redline.
As a-
Our second.
Second. First
Okay,
as a band.
As
As a full band. As a full band.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
with like,
No, we recorded. We recorded.
They had history
It's
before
like we
you.
have to know there was actually somebody before you.
I wish-
It was him. I know it was Rocky.
It was called Steven Slade Drum Simulator.
I wish I could have been there from the start.
No, but basically, like our very first song with Luis actually released was on SoundCloud, and it was All the Days, which we recorded. It was when we were barely figuring shit out, and then when we got an opportunity to record with Luis, it was kind of like, oh shit, we can do this. But I was like, yeah, dude, we'll go. I'll play the drums, and that's it. I didn't know what the fuck I was getting into. Like, it's really hard to record a drum, and like, he knows it's really hard to like record a drum.
Yeah,
track.
he's a badass drummer, but like there's
It's
always
really
a
hard.
struggle at
It's
the, at the
difficult.
beginning.
It's difficult. You could be, I don't know.
It's
you could-
doable, but
yeah.
it's really like you're gonna struggle. It's gonna take a couple of tries, but he got it like eventually for the second time. So the first song was Luis basically doing us a favor of like I'm gonna record you as professionally as I can. Shit, I keep slapping the
Nah,
table.
don't worry.
I'm gonna record you as professionally as I can and to put you guys out there. And that was like our very first song on SoundCloud, which is called, which is still up there up to this day. And then we're like, I tried recording drums, but I was like, you know what, I can't. Like, I can play drums, but I can't record drums. So that's a completely different thing. Then he came in, and I was like, okay, like now we have a drummer, so we have no excuse. Like we have to record now. So then we recorded our first single, like officially out on every like professional platform, which was Almost There. So he recorded the drum track to that, and it's kind of like a thing with me. Every time I hear a song, like I find it kind of cool. That's like, fuck, I listen to the song, I'm like, man, that bass, like I know he was playing it. It's like those drums, like all this shit, like I know it was him. And like to me, I don't know, like I just imagine it like, damn, like it's really cool. Like I hear the drums, I'm like, that's him playing those drums. So then that's our literal first official release as a full band was Almost There. And then now the second one, which is coming out in like 2 weeks, like January 20th.
January
20th on Martin Luther King Day.
Martin Luther King Day.
That's our single.
Martin Luther King Day. January 20th is when we're gonna release our next single, which is Spoiled Rotten Children, and then our EP should come. I want to predict, dude. Like
Go ahead.
no
Nothing
longer
wrong
than
with it.
February. Like I think February, if not late January.
And you're getting exclusive stuff right here.
Yeah, like you're not
Only
supposed to
on
hear this shit.
Keggercast.
Woo!
Thank you guys for coming on.
Of course,
Seriously, it was
of
good.
course.
This was a great interview. Seriously,
For
it was
sure.
One of my most entertaining
problem. Thank
interviews of all time, man. Guys, so again, Sweet Orange,
So
they'll be at the Whisky A Go Go on January
January 29th.
29th, opening for Drake Bell.
Single out January 20th.
They'll be at Lupapalooza Chuck Fest March 21st.
Woo!
Guys,
Yeah.
March 21st.
as always, thank you for watching. Till next time, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!